listening to Legacy Lawyers, hosted by Michael Haslam and Nathan Croxford.
Hello, everybody. I am Lance Drollinger. I am not Michael Haslam, nor am I Nathan Croxford. And with me today is Taylor Stone. Neither is he.
Also not Michael Haslam or Nathan Croxford.
We are part of this crazy team, this Voyant Legal team. And if you're watching on video, you can see the cool logo behind a very shiny bald head of one Taylor Stone, William Taylor Stone, to be exact.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
What is this William go by Taylor thing, Taylor? What's that all about?
So it's actually William Taylor Stone III. No big deal.
Third time is the charm, man.
So had grandfather went by William and Taylor. My father strictly goes by Bill. So I go by Taylor, and our son, my son, who's William Taylor Stone IV, he goes by Liam.
What?
Decided to do.
Wow, where does Liam come from? From William?
Yeah, from William, yeah.
Okay, William. What's up?
We thought we were being real clever.
No, that is clever. I actually like it. I mean, yeah, that works out. So all 4 generations of name, but all used differently.
Yep, that's the intention.
I'm curious as to how the 5th generation will be called. Are we going to go back to Wild Bill, or what are we going to do?
I think that's really on my son. I think he's back and forth on what he'd like to do. But he's 11, so, he's got some planning ahead of him.
Oh, that's good. That'll be interesting. We'll stick around. Stay tuned for that one, folks. So listen, Michael Haslam and Nathan Croxford are just a wee bit busy nowadays, and so they haven't been able to get around to the podcast as much as they would like. So they have asked us to do it. I, Lance Drollinger, have been around for a few years in this crazy madness. I've dubbed myself the business director of the law firm.
Ooh, that's
fancy title, right?
Yeah, you should lean
Mike
into
tried to make me education director or something lame, and I'm like, what is that? That's not even a cool title. So I made up my own title because that's what we do. Because I can, because I don't need a bar, and I don't need schooling to. Well, I guess I have schooling, so that shouldn't go that far. But
yeah,
right, to be a business director, you just don't have those requirements. So I could do whatever I want. But you, Taylor, are a member of the Utah Bar. And what other bars are you a part of?
The Idaho State Bar. In fact, I was a former Idaho native between Utah and Idaho. In fact, graduated from Boise State. Whoop whoop.
Oh,
also,
the Broncos.
University of Idaho College of Law.
College of Law. And that was in what city?
So that was in Boise. They had a satellite campus down there in Boise. And so that's where I graduated from.
But they're out of like Moscow or something?
Moscow, yep, up in the Panhandle, just right off the Canadian border. Beautiful country up there if you get a chance to go.
Sounds like a bunch of communists.
Yeah.
So. Just kidding. That's awesome. Well, Taylor, we need you. We've been asked, we've been assigned. There is an assignment here. We have been asked to do a bio of Mr. William Taylor Stone III, and that's what we're going to do today. So what I would like to know, my good man, is kind of you. Tell us about you. Tell us about your family. Let's hear about you. Let's hear about William Taylor.
So, I can't really talk about myself without talking about my just amazing family. I have an incredible wife, Kara. She probably won't listen to this. So
we'll make sure she does. So make sure it's good.
There you go. Right. So she's amazing. She and I have been married for at this point 14 years.
Wow.
And we have 6 little kids. Our oldest is 13, will be 13 this November, and our youngest is 4.
That's like one kid every 2.5 years if anybody else is doing the math.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a lot. It's just so many kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they're awesome. We just love our kids. It keeps us really busy. Keeps her really busy. Let's be honest. Good. And keeps me working at a law firm.
And that's true. There's a lot of support that goes into that gig, isn't there?
Yeah.
So what people may not know about you is you're a double agent of sorts. You have 2 really special titles. Not only are you a JD, a man of law, but what else are you, sir?
So I'm also a sergeant first class in the Army National Guard.
Wow.
Have been in for 17 and a half years. So for everybody doing the math on that, yep, it was before I met Kara and before we got married.
Wow.
And in
Wow.
fact, my one full actual deployment was 3 months after we got married.
Oh, awesome. I'm sure she appreciated that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
so what
Yeah.
did you specialize anything in the Army? Like, do you have a
Yeah.
special
Yeah, I have various jobs that I do in the military. One
Okay.
in particular is that I'm a linguist. I'm a French linguist.
Oh,
And so I've done some pretty cool things being a French linguist and spent a lot of time in the field doing that.
parlez-vous français?
Oui, je le parle.
Oh, wow. I don't know what I only understood we. Well, it's fantastic.
No,
Ooh, so you've been with the service, so thank you for your good service, my good man. We just had
thank you.
Memorial Day not too long,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
That's cool. And weren't you on you did some vacation of sorts, if you will, in Morocco? Can you tell us
Yeah.
anything about that vacation?
Um, not a lot. There, there's a regular
I didn't
rotation.
hear about any assassinations. You're not Jason Bourne. Let's just
Jeez,
be
man.
honest.
There's actually Utah has a state partnership program that's incredible
Oh, cool.
with Morocco itself, and so there's a lot that we're doing with, in fact, both of our nations trying to work together continually to try and strengthen and enrich kind of
Mm.
each other as a state and also as a nation. And so it's been cool. I've had several opportunities to go over there and support some of the operations that they do, but a lot of joint training exercises and seeing some of
Wow.
that incredible country.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would love to
on
see
vacation.
Morocco myself. Yeah, it was quick though, man. You were only gone like 10 days. Like
Yeah,
that's fast for
yeah,
Morocco. That's a
yeah,
quick
not too
turnaround.
bad.
Yeah. So tell me, if you're a sergeant first class, why did we get into law? What's the gravity? Why go, into the legal field?
I had always, especially since I joined the service, had been um, try to get my degree with being on, depending on the operational tempo, the op tempo with the units that I'm part of, really difficult, as I'm sure any prior servicemen or service individuals who are listening to this, they would understand. Real difficult to do that. My wife, she's, like I said, an incredible woman. She encouraged me to leave our active duty position that we were in, to go
Hmm.
back to school, to
Hmm.
have just to try and take time full time to go back and go to school. And while I was with a unit up in Idaho, we were living in Utah. We decided to move to Idaho. While we were in Idaho, I happened to be in a military unit that two of the other members there were already in law school.
Oh,
And so kind of, it felt like the right thing to do. I'd always felt
right.
like I was supposed to go to law school. I didn't know why. Then found myself in a unit with people going there. And so it was just, kind of followed that momentum, followed that inspiration, decided to do it.
How many kids deep were you when you started law school?
5. And so
Whoa,
yeah, so Kara was really in for,
career change.
yeah, exactly, for definitely a change there. Lived a lot off of savings. I mean, we became really close.
Wow.
We were up there at law school, and law school was hard, so might as well throw a baby in there.
Why not? Yeah.
So we
Or
had
5. Throw
Mary,
5 babies in there.
yeah, yeah, but
Phenomenal.
we had our last there during my second year of law school.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, good for you. That's really excellent. So, why do you feel like you should have gone to law school? What about the legal world is attractive to you?
So, I know kind of listening to Michael Haslam's as well. I know that for me, I had always felt like I was supposed to go to law school. I don't know,
Mm.
something about trying to be able to work inside the system, a system that I was just really unfamiliar with as a young man, and wanting to be able to understand it better, to be able to use that system to help other people. That really was kind of the drive for me. I know that that was something I was able to do with the military in like this operation that we did in Morocco and other places that I've been, really trying to work with people and to just help them to live better lives. I love that. I
Hmm.
love having that opportunity. And I knew that going into the law profession, the more research that I did about going to law school, that was kind of the drive that I had.
Hmm.
I wanted to leave all of the fun courtroom experience to a lot of the younger, more excited guys doing that. And as I was in law school, was really kind of interested in property law and some of these other types of law. Then when I took a class in wills and trusts, that sold it for me, man. The idea of being able to really help people be protected in the things that they had, I loved it. Loved every bit of it. Wanted to be able to just, set out right then, start working and trying to help other people in this specific regard.
Wow, that's excellent. So you've been with Voyant Legal how long?
Just over 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
And when and why did you choose Voyant Legal? What was enticing or what was inviting about Voyant Legal?
So, I was looking for a place. I had passed the bar in
Mm,
the early spring of 22
mhm,
and was just, putting my application around, was looking at specific places, really wanted to go into estate planning, like I said, and all of a sudden saw an ad for Voyant Legal. And as I kind of, as I start to do a little bit more research on kind of what Voyant Legal does, the idea that our firm really being focused on not only helping to write estate planning, estate planning is really kind of our focus, but also that we have this kind of this policy of being able to try and help people for the long term.
mhm,
It's not like we're just a will mill or a trust mill just trying to generate these products for people and then just kick them back out the door, right? But we're here for the relationship. I loved that. And I saw that from our first day working with clients, as I sat in with Michael and I sat in with Nathan, that I saw that that's really what the intention was, that these were
mhm,
people that we cared about and that we wanted to make sure that, hey, when we reached out in 3 to 5 years just to see how things were going, that there was genuine interest in the lives of these individuals, right? It wasn't trying to turn an extra buck or anything like that. And I've seen so many times that attorneys at this firm have gone above and beyond what would be, a regular billable rate or any of that for a flat fee to be able to help other people and to be
right,
able to, step in, talk to a bank when, they're rejecting a valid power of attorney, and us attorneys just stepping in and saying, we'll help you with that. Don't worry. We'll,
right,
we'll call the guy. We'll talk to the branch manager.
right.
We'll see what we can do to help out in those situations. I love that. And it's this
That's
kind of
awesome.
extra desire to help others. That's really kind of something that drew me to Voyant Legal.
Yeah, it's kind of a fresh approach aside from
Yeah.
just the robotic. I don't know how many times I've had on the phone, "You guys are attorneys?" Like, "Well, I'm not." But yeah, I think I forget who it was. Somebody called me once and they're like, "Are you sure Nathan's an attorney?" He's too nice. He cares. Anyway, it was really
Yeah,
funny.
right.
And I'm like, "No, yeah, he's an attorney. He loves his job."
Mhm.
And they just couldn't believe that somebody could be so nice and so willing to help.
Yeah.
And these were people that have obviously seen had other relationships with attorneys that weren't the best. And so every now and again we get some soured people that come in and then they're just, it can be a refreshing approach. And it is. It's a nice approach to be somebody's trusted advisor,
Yeah.
as we like to say. So
Yeah. Well, and
so
in fact, it's to that same note, I remember
mhm,
a client that I was helping who was in the medical profession, and I remember sitting down to get into his signing, which is for all of you who don't know, uh, we'll design your product, we'll sit down, talk to you, we'll design what it is, your entire estate plan, and then we have a scheduled meeting where we sit down, we sign everything, we talk through all your documents. It's about 2 hours long, but it's a great opportunity to talk through and discuss the law and to
mhm,
make sure you really feel comfortable with these things. So I had done what we call a remote signing. It was in this individual's home, and he was this doctor. As I was helping him with these documents, he took a pause, he and his wife, and he steps back and he says, "Every other experience that I have with an attorney is usually pretty adversarial. You make it seem like I can trust you in the things that we're doing."
mhm. That's
And I
good.
said, "Yeah, it's a paradigm shift, right?" And he said, "It is, and I like it."
That's good.
Yeah,
He
great
was
guy.
a doctor, huh?
He was.
Well,
And
when people are up against malpractice all the time, they're gonna have their guard up, right? So
right. And I mean, anybody who come and approach us, you find that we're kind of breaking through that barrier very at the very beginning. As anybody
mhm,
who's watching on the video, you can see this,
right, no shirts
the-
and ties.
yeah. Well, I mean, we are wearing shirts, but
Oh, yes,
collar
shirts,
shirt
no
polos,
but no ties.
no ties. We try and make it a little bit more of a relaxed, inviting atmosphere to help you understand that we're practicing attorneys and we love our profession and we try and keep our profession professional, but we also want you to understand that we're here to help you and we're
Right,
not here to fight you with about things. We're not the enemy here for sure. And we're here to help guide you through when there are some definite enemies out there.
right. Yeah, I think of a story with my brother-in-law when he's an accountant, and he was like, he was always in polos, and I had a shirt and tie on once for something. He's like, "Dude, only attorneys have to wear ties. Why are you wearing a tie?" I'm like, "Well, we don't." But that's interesting. No, we definitely wanna make it, a good place for people to feel comfortable and come in. So circling back to Voyant Legal, what
Yeah.
in your tenure, albeit a couple years, what's been for you the most refreshing and or impressive outside of relationships, of course, but aspect of the firm?
Wow, the most refreshing aspect of the firm. I think it's that commitment to go above and beyond for clients,
Mhm,
that real dedication to try and dig in into different places in the law and to try and find them ways to be able to help accomplish the things that they're trying to accomplish.
mhm,
And have seen that one of the things that's been so refreshing to me is coming in contact with clients who the law is definitely not on their side, and in circumstances specifically with probate and the way that assets are just divided by the state's governing
mhm, mhm,
directives and all of that, right, by statute, being able to see individuals who aren't supposed to receive specific assets because of the way that the law is written, and to see the person who is the recipient of those assets, say
mhm,
that to be as ambiguous as possible, say that it was somebody who'd passed away and all these assets ended up going to a sister as opposed to the children, right?
mhm,
And by law, sister is supposed to receive it all, right? Because that's
mhm,
the way that the law works and the way that things are
yep,
structured. And
mhm,
to see that same sister reach out to those children and say, absolutely, you get it all.
yeah,
I've loved that. I thought
yeah,
in law I would only see the most ugly parts of
right,
the human condition, and
yeah,
to get to actually witness some of those sweet mercies, sweet visions of humanity, and those little slices that you think this is why, yes, there are great people still out there,
yeah,
people who are willing to provide for
yeah,
others. I had another specific case, and again, to try and be as ambiguous as possible, was um, couple had passed away, or excuse me, an individual had passed away, leaving a stepdad, two children, right? And and these children then were supposed to be the recipients of these specific things, and had no biological link to stepdad at all, and
mhm,
decided to make sure that stepdad, no matter what, was going to be provided for,
wow,
and wrote things in particular, looking at their own assets, could have done anything that they wanted with those, but
yeah,
instead decided to take care of that person who had taken care of them. Amazing.
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
just so contrary to what you think and when you see in the
right,
media or any of that,
right, yeah,
and just to think, no, people really do still take care of each other. And I love that we
yeah.
get help with that.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think sometimes we're called upon on the ugly, of course, right? We see a lot of the ugly, but what we can't forget is we don't hear about a ton of the good. And then when we do hear about the good, man, we hear about some good. And that I do remember that story specifically. And what an inspiration that person ended up being, like just
Yeah.
at her age and
Mhm.
at her level of responsibility. It was just inspirational, so inspirational.
I think we're going to do maybe a podcast about that story. It's just a great feel good story.
We
Just
have to, we have to. Well, so stay tuned. That one won't be in a long time. We'll have to get her permission because that would be an incredible story to share.
oh,
We'll have to do that for sure. Well, let's see. We got through that. So we're gonna wrap up. I mean, it's pretty long. We want to do an intro, but I've got a couple things I want to ask before we go.
yeah,
Um, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now? 5 years, then 10 years.
5 years for sure. Well, I have to think, okay, how young's my youngest? 5 years for her.
Yep.
I honestly would love to be right here.
Yeah.
Talk to my wife and kids about it. If any of you aren't aware, I'm actually the attorney that's kind of the lead attorney down in Utah County. Well, I'm the only attorney for our firm down in Utah County. I
Yep.
would love to see our firm expand, continue to expand down there, get to meet a
Mhm.
lot more of you, be able to provide kind of this great level of care that I know that we provide for others.
Yep.
So 5 years, and 5 years actually looks a lot like 10. I would love
Right.
to be where I'm at. I love the position that I'm at and the sense of belonging here at the firm, but also the opportunity to just contribute and to give back. I love that. The effect that we're having in the community. Good estate planning is good estate planning. That means that people are able to have greater peace as they're moving forward with their lives. And I love providing that to other people. So if I could, 5, 10, 20, let's stay right here.
Right. That's awesome. Okay, your last question. of the day is, what is the biggest life lesson to date? Because you're a young buck. What that you can share with the audience. What do you feel like? And you've been just a first class sergeant first class, if I can say it right, for
I wish I
17
was a
years.
first class sergeant.
Oh, first class sergeant's way better, I guess. That's a Freudian slip.
all
right
of you who know me on that side know that that's not true.
there. But
Sure.
what is it? Between law school, between 6 kids in 2.5 years a kid, what's the biggest life lesson?
I would honestly have to say that the time you're given, you don't get it back.
Yeah.
So you enjoy it. You work hard. I've had great opportunities to talk to my kids about that, right? Should life just be about having fun, right? Is it, or should it be just, kind of this dragging and work and all that? And to be able to tell them that, no, you guys, there's so much good that comes from working hard in a certain level of peace by using the abilities that you've been given, the opportunity to just take care of others.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Be present in the present, right?
Present in the present. I got 6 kids. That is a lot of being present, my man.
Yeah, it's a lot. What's the quote from Shifu from Kung Fu Panda? And he said that the past is gone and the future is unknowing. That it's something with the present. I just ruined it. I just slaughtered it. Hopefully we can edit that part. It was beautiful said, and I ruined it. But looking it up.
That's why it's called the present.
But he said it so well, and I just slaughtered it.
Will be. There's a saying. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
This is William Taylor Stone III, who goes by Taylor, not to be confused by Bill or to be confused with Liam, as we learned. It is just him. He is him.
Yeah.
And we're grateful that he's part of the crew. I'm grateful to be part of this crew. Our team is what makes us really, really special. I think we all have that same spirit of service and wanting to take care of our clients and those that call us the best way possible. And so we will be more present. You will be seeing us. You'll probably be seeing other attorneys as we continue to expand and grow this podcast. We look forward to having you guys back once again. And we hope to be somewhat entertaining. We have both been maybe judged or not judged or labeled. Maybe label is the word I'm looking for, as possible distractions. My favorite story is when one of our clients, not to be named, said, "Taylor, you're so great, but you are a distraction. You're a great asset." What'd she say? "You're a great asset, but you're a distraction."
She said, no. It was the way that she said it. She said, "Taylor is a distraction, but he's an asset."
Taylor likes
I will take it the way that it was meant.
At the very least, if you want to come have some comedy, we're here for you. At the very least.
There you go.
Anyway,
come see us for sure.
Please come and see us, and we will be in touch as we continue to do these things and spreading the love. And don't worry, Mike and Nathan are going nowhere. They'll be on some of these episodes too, and we'll just start sharing the load a little bit. But until next time, people.
All right.
I don't know if they have a tagline sign off.
I don't know.
We'll make one up. Voyant out. Thanks, Taylor. See you guys.
You've been listening to Legacy Lawyers with Michael Haslam and Nathan Croxford. We give you the juicy detail of cases that our law firm has dealt with. We take out the lawyer talk and legalese and show you what options some of our clients had to choose from to fix their situation. The effects of not doing planning can be devastating. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hook up with us on Facebook and Instagram at Voyant Legal. Call us at 801-951-0500 or send us an email at team@voyantlegal.com. And for commonly asked questions, hit voyantlegal.com/resources. We'll see you next time.